I always knew there's this phrase that says, ever since I had sense.
Okay.
Yeah, ever since I had sense, I knew I was an artist. I was always creating, I mean, not on the level, obviously, of what I'm creating today, but always creating to the point where when I was in school, like I would do these drawings and my colleagues, my friends would say, oh no, you printed that. So yeah, they couldn't believe. So yeah, I always knew.
Okay.
I do have siblings, but they are not creative, but the creativity does run in my family. My cousin, Michael Lane, he's a lecturer at the Norman Manley School for the Arts in Jamaica. I said Norman, it's Edna. Edna Manley School for the Arts.
Yeah.
Yes, and he has works at the National Gallery of Jamaica, so it does run in my family, but I guess not in my immediate family.
Cool.
I studied art in secondary school, but then I didn't do it because art is not really an encouraged subject to do. You're encouraged to do something sensible, something that's gonna bring in some money. So I didn't pursue art any further, but then I always say that you can't run from yourself. If you know you're an artist and you try to run from that, it's always going to come after you.
Yeah.
So of course I went back to art because I can't not do art.
Yeah, you can. It's kind of just in your blood.
Yeah.
It has to come out.
Yeah. So usually, well, as you said, I start with a blank canvas, but what happens is I start sketching on the canvas, and I usually have like something in mind, like a main subject, but sometimes I really don't know how the background of the canvas is gonna be, or what, you know, even to the completion of the canvas, but you have a dominant sort of figure in your head, so you put that down and then the process kind of leads you. So I do the sketching and then I do what I refer to as modeling, because I'm using modeling paste, that's what you see raised up from the canvas, to model these things, but then you have to, the process is that you have to wait until it's dried, right? And then when it's dried, then you can start to paint, or in some instances you can add more. You can layer the canvas. So after the drawing process, then it's the painting process. And then, yeah, the canvas just leads me in terms of the painting process. And sometimes I have colors that I want to use, especially if I want to convey a certain message. Other times I don't, because sometimes you use colors so much, or you use a certain color so much that you just want to use something different. So yeah, but that's usually how it goes, the flow, the process.
Well, that's very interesting. So that sounds almost like the blank canvas is not only the canvas that's blank, it's you're coming to it like fresh, like without preconceived.
Well, I think I have some conceived notion, some, but not all, right?
Okay.
This, I don't know who said this recently, but they say if you know what the picture is going to be already, why bother to paint it? So, yeah, you must come with something, yeah, because you're going to have to start somewhere. But then you have to let the process lead you. Yeah. Because women have been very predominant in my life. I would say a lot of where I am today is because of a woman. You've heard the phrase that it takes a village. I grew up in Jamaica. I actually grew up when I was much younger in a very rural area where other people actually raise you. Like, they didn't need to ask permission from your parents to like even chastise you.
Yeah.
So women kind of molded me, and I was saying it's funny that the things they told me like when I was younger, how I can see them now, like when you're younger and they're telling you these things, like, whatever. But no, you can actually see these things. I actually did a painting called Seers, which is a painting that features two women, and I'm like, it's like these women could actually see far down the road. Yeah, so that's why I do women, and I like to do them in a multi-dimensional. Like if I do a woman that's a church-going woman, I do somebody else who's militant. Like I like to do different kinds of women because women are multi-dimensional. Like sometimes in the media, women are not portrayed that way, but we are multi-dimensional people.
Yeah, a lot of times they're the damsel in distress.
Yeah.
Or lately, the super strong, independent woman, which is not always the case.
Yeah.
It's not the frame that we want to put women in. So that's women.
Yeah. Plus, I'm also a woman, and I, want to be a part of that narrative, because if you don't write your own narrative, somebody else is going to write it for you, and they're not going to tell the story. They're just going to, portray a stereotype. Yeah, we do. Like, we want to put our best foot or our best face forward. Like, something terrible could just happen to you, but you have to go to work, or you have to give a speech or whatever. So you have to put that mask on and go to work and pretend like everything is normal, but inside there's a lot of turmoil.
I get that.
I mean, that's a subject that everybody can relate to, because we all do it.
Yeah.
It's not something that's exclusive to a certain group. Everybody puts on a mask. Mm-hmm. And I mean, sometimes you just have to. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You can't always weep in public.
Or even in private. Eventually you have to move on with your life. So you kind of have to wear a mask at times to get through difficult times.
Yeah. Maybe you want it to empower. Mm-hmm. It's because it's not, if I feel like it's going to empower, because it's not about my feelings, it's about if that person is feel a connection to the art and will be empowered by it, right? I'm like a vessel, or a facilitator in that way. Like, I'm creating the art, and I mean, there's a aim and there's something that I want people to connect to and get from it, but then it's out of my hands. I mean, I can't make that happen. I can only do the best with the art and then hope that it happens. But I would say that that's more of a gift. I thought that when you said gift or burden, it would be about art in general, because I know that you may have heard that from other artists, because sometimes we feel that way. But in terms of if you change somebody's space, not just their physical, but their mental, emotional, their entire outlook, how they look at the world or a particular subject, I'd say that's a gift. Not a burden.
Excellent. No, you answered it better than I asked it. So that's great.
I was saying that I think every creative person has that syndrome. Mm-hmm. And like, who am I to be created this, and what is this, and why do I think people's gonna buy it? But I mean, ultimately, you come back to who you are, and you know that you're an artist, and you know what your job is, an artist. I mean, because it's something that the universe or God has given to you to use, right? So you have to use it, and you have to get over the imposter syndrome. However, you have to get over that, right? Whether you have to meditate or whatever you have to do. But I believe that ultimately every artist come back to themselves, the center of who they are, and know that they're an artist. And know that, you know, probably in the next 2 months you still have to deal with this imposter syndrome, but that's just a part of that's a part of the job. That's part of being an artist. So you have to find your mental process to get through that. To the first one about how supportive the Toronto art scene is to black artists. From my perspective, it's that it's not very much. There could be much more support. As we have discussed, black art is really at a good place in terms of the work that is being produced. But the spaces and the opportunities for creators, it's just not there, right? So we need more of that. In terms of black people supporting the visual arts, I would say some support the visual arts, but we need more. We need more of our community to come out and support this, all black artists. We need that support. And I know, I am hoping that a lot of black people are watching this. So I'll speak to you directly and say that I know that for a lot of black people, it's because they think that is not their world, their thing. They don't understand it. It's not for them. I'd say put all of that aside, because it is for you. We are creating art for you. So come see it, come buy it, come own it, whatever. You just need to come because it's for you. Yeah.
Well, that's it. Come appreciate it is what it boils down to, you know, and support. That's the biggest way you can support.
No, I would add that not only is it for you, but the reason why it's for you is because you understand this. This is your story, this is our story, and you are gonna get it immediately. So just come see it and support it. Yeah. Oh yeah, I would just say yes, I've always been a creator. So I've been always writing, always painting. Well, not painting, drawing from when you were a kid. So no, there are no new books coming right now. I'm just focusing on art, visual art at the moment. I'm always writing though. Like, I mean, as I was saying, blogs, and I write my blogs, newsletter, supporting stuff for art shows. So I'm always writing, but nothing official or nothing published will be coming out soon. I'm just gonna concentrate on visual art at the moment. Unless the book is about visual art.
Excellent.
Oh, the name of this one is Here I Come. Because I feel like this woman is about to go somewhere, do something. I'm not really sure what, but she is ready. There's a little bit of trepidation in her eyes, but she's still gonna go for it. That's what you're all about. That's what I'm about.
Excellent, I like that. What about, I love the piece just to the left.
So this piece is about a woman who's feeling her growth, right? It's also a part of, I try to combine my themes together.
Yeah.
So it's her here, because I have other pieces that I focus on here. It's growth. And it's her feeling her growth, like reveling and enjoying that she's growing. So that's what that piece is about.
Okay, excellent. Let's try this one over here. Right.
Well, I call this one, no, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I call this one the golden hat. And it feels like a person who is probably going to church or coming from church. The golden hat is supposed to represent wisdom. That has nothing to do with going to church. I just want to clarify that. Mm-hmm. But the golden hats represent wisdom. So I'm thinking that this may be a wise woman.